Hi, welcome to my new rainbow bookcase. This is how I did it. So first off, rainbow bookcases look incredible. I first started to see these on Instagram and Pinterest. I'm sure they've been around for ages, but I am only just getting on board, but this is how I did it. So first off, I started off with a Billy bookcase from Ikea. So this is the traditional Billy bookcase that can be bespoke in a million different ways, including painting it, adding doors on and all sorts of things. This is two of the wider ones and obviously two of the skinnier ones. The reason why I went with the different sizes is I wasn't sure how many books we would have and I didn't want them kind of falling over all the time, so I thought the different sizes would give me more options. I've also seen them styled a load of different ways, especially with flowers and trinkets and things like that added on, and I love it. Sometimes you can even remove like the odd shelf here and there to give you that extra height, but I've kept them all in because I just like how it looks. They do come white, but I have seen people painting them and they need to be bolted to the wall too. They come flat packed, but it's super easy to do, and honestly they just look so great. I think these were about 150 quid all together, so it's just so much good bang for your buck, and they give that kind of blank canvas. They're modern but they're understated and they look fantastic with the rainbow bookshelf. So onto the books themselves. So obviously I've got plenty of books. Lots of people I've seen online seem to have bought books to actually fit the shelves, but I haven't. This is like genuine bookshelf time. My boyfriend's got a lot of cookery books and I've got like a lot of things about London and style. So together we've got plenty. So I can imagine it is quite hard to fill because we've got stacks of books and we've only just filled it, and I've had to add like lots of things here and there to really bulk it out. So I imagine if you haven't got loads of books it might be a bit of a challenge, but I would say start where you are and make little feature areas and then keep adding as you go along. I don't think you need to buy like necessarily books for your bookshelf unless you want to read them, in which case charity shops are probably a really great place to start. So first thing you want to do is do a lot of planning before you even put a book on the shelf. And before I even put the shelves into the bookcase, I got all of the books out. I found like the biggest one and I checked it against the shelves. And actually by moving it one place, so there's lots of different holes down here. By going down like the one different place, we managed to make every single book fit apart from one, which I put down in like a feature area. So it's all worked out really well. So make sure you do lots of planning beforehand. When you've got all your books out, I suggest sorting into colour first. So go for the obvious stuff. Go for your reds, go for your purples, go for your yellows. Get them into that rainbow assortment so you can see them all. Once you've got your categories, you'll see which ones you've got loads of and which ones you've not got so many of. You'll see I've got stacks of blue. So in that example, I actually divided them into dark blue, medium blue, bright blue and light blue. And as you can see, they kind of do all have their separate little sections. Here's my bright blue section. But it really helps to be able to put them straight onto the shelf once you've done loads of organisation. So do all the organisation first. I reordered everything into size order as well, and that really helps. So it didn't matter whether it was the purple section or the green section or the yellow section or the pink section. I did all of them in their own sections and then ordered them by size, so it was super easy to see what was going on. There are some sections where you have loads. For example, my blue, you've got loads there. Some like purple and pink where I only had a small amount. So those ones I kind of chose to put in the smaller spaces so that they had their little highlight space, and then the bigger sections I kind of moved into each other here. So I actually started with the red on either side with the bigger ones and moved in. When I ran out of red ones, I used white ones with red writing on and then moved it into the orange above, and it just works so nicely. I've also got the green and yellow, the blue, and then we move into other colours. So we've got white, a whole white shelf. You're going to have loads of white. There's also loads of black as well, but black up to the bottom is the heaviest, and there's also pockets of brown and grey, which I've put in their own separate sections so they're nice and out of the way. My least favourites. Now, before we even put the books on the shelves, we actually measured the piles so we could work out if we had enough books for the bookshelves or too many. Turns out we didn't have enough books for the bookshelves, so we knew that I could have gaps. So this is where you've got these nice things on the end with the candles and the feature books and the flowers, because I knew I had space for it. If you don't have space for it, you might just want to like pack them all in, and by knowing that from the off, it's going to save you time. This took me about a day to do, beginning to end, including the bit where I had to go and buy flowers too, just to make it extra gorgeous. The feature bits are really handy. So for example, if you've got a bit where you've got not enough books to fill the space, you can put some of the books flat and pop a little candle or a little bunch of flowers on top, or a little knick-knack, so that it fills the space a little bit better. You don't need to like absolutely ram the space. You can leave a little bit of space, and visually it looks super nice with the white area around it too. Kind of breaks it up and looks gorgeous. The only downside to this format is finding the books later. I think it will be a little bit harder. If they're in genre or in alphabetical order, it's going to be super easy to find. But now, if we want to find a cookery book, we might be taking a little bit longer unless we can remember the spine colour. So it might mean that we're Googling things a little bit more often, or actually just trying to remember, so like a little bit of a mental game for us there. I hope you like my rainbow bookcase. It's been a work of love. I hope to keep it looking this beautiful and adding more books soon. So let me know what you think.